So recently I did a video called Phosphorus Banjo Experiment or something of that nature, where I had put some old guitar strings on my black banjo that had a George Teets styled 6 string. So you had 2 drone strings instead of just one, and played that. And I enjoy the sound, and the sound was fun. And so I'm calling this a Phosphorus Experiment continued, I suppose. I liked it, and yet I was thinking maybe it'd be interesting to turn it into a 6 string droneless, and put a whole set of guitar strings on it and see what that was like. And it doesn't harm the banjo because they're bolt-on necks. I still have my other neck which, by the way, that neck, if you've ever watched that video on how that banjo is built, I hand carved that neck that was on that one. So I did. I put a different neck on it. It's a 6 string droneless. Some people mistakenly call these banjotars. That's not what they are. Historically, they were actually, the extra strings were added by banjo players looking for lower tones and lower notes, and it developed into that. And it's versatile in that it can have a guitar tuning, or it could have an open tuning, such as a banjo has with lower strings that are also in an open tuning. And I've done that. When I do that, I tend to tune them a lot like a dobro and play it that way, and work it out. So this one is tuned like a guitar, and the reason being I can play the guitar also. So that said, here's what we did. I bought, it's a similar neck to what I put on the round to it. Well, it's identical for the most part. I got an electric guitar neck that's a 24 fret neck, which I wanted because instead of a 22, because it's longer and it pushes the bridge forward a bit and gives a little deeper tone to the skin. Just something I wanted to play around with. And the trick was turning it into a banjo neck. So all I did was glued some wood on and made a heel, and you can see I made a heel. And you could ask, oh, why do you use black walnut and mahogany? Because those were the scraps that were laying on my workbench when I decided to glue some wood on the back of this electric guitar neck. There wasn't any real brainstorming behind it. I just wanted hardwood, and I had some of those scraps and I used them. So that's what happened. I sanded it, get a good connection, glued it, and I offset it. You can see the original electric neck is offset so that it goes around the tone ring. And fortunately for this one, had a little overhang on the fretboard, so that was able to kind of close the gap on the front and give it a real nice tight look. And that's what we have. Otherwise, everything else is the same. Of course, when you do that, that's a whole process, because then you have to readjust all the tone bars inside, and get your action right on your strings and all of that sort of thing. The other thing I did was I pulled some frets out down here, and so there are no frets there. And then I sanded it lower so I could have a little bit of a scoop. And the purpose of that is to be able to play it up high. And I wanted that scoop there, so I'm not hitting the frets or the fretboard. Other than that, it's pretty basic. Put some phosphorus bronze strings on and started playing. obviously what we get out of that is an extra bass string that I didn't have with the other neck. And I'm having a lot of fun with that, being able to hit that extra bass string. Will I change it back someday? I don't know. You never can tell, but it's just loosen the adjustment rods, the truss rods, and unbolt the neck and put the other one on and readjust it. So it could happen. It's not a complicated process at all. And that's the story behind my um, phosphorus banjo experiment. Hope you enjoyed that idea. And as always, the Lord bless you and keep you, and may you walk with him.